Well, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Okay, so I picked it up from the thrift store. I found it randomly at the thrift store, actually at the Salvation Army thrift store. You can find some really interesting stuff there. In their DVD section, I found this documentary called Titanic, The Mystery and the Legacy, the Captain of the Titanic. This is a pretty interesting documentary. What it reminds me of, like what I think it's for, like it's not a traditional documentary. What I think it actually seems like it's for is I think it's meant to be played at like a college or school lecture or to be attached to some sort of presentation of some kind. Is what it looks like. I mean, it's like it's not exquisitely made for that. I mean, it's a manufactured DVD. Like it obviously was out there for anybody to buy and view it however they want. But it seems like it's something that would be, like back in the day when like now it's just on the internet. But back in the day when they actually used DVDs and VHS and that, and would bring out a little TV for their lectures and stuff like that to put on different clips and documentaries and that. Like this seems like something that would be picked up by people that do stuff like that. Um, and it was pretty interesting. I mean, as far as information goes, it's sort of a biography on Captain Smith, the captain of the Titanic. But it basically covers the whole story of the Titanic and there's people that read and narrate old newspaper articles that were going around at the time and stuff like that. So knowledge wise and information wise, it's very interesting. It's very informative. It's very good that way. But as far as just quality film and entertainment value and all that kind of stuff goes, it's all right. It's got some kind of crappy camera work though. It's like really, really grainy footage. I'm not talking about like the old. My favorite part about this is the old footage of the Titanic. The old black and white footage and the old black and white photographs. Like those are beautiful no matter what because they're just of their time. They're just raw. But no, the narrator of it was kind of blah. But yeah, but the modern day shots of interviewing people and stuff like that, and having having the narrator on that and all that was really grainy and not the greatest camera work out there at all. That's for sure. And yeah, and it was sort of this weird thing where they'd be playing old footage. They'd have the narrator on there. They'd have all this stuff going on, and then all of a sudden it would just end, and there would be like a series of just like random photographs, and there would just be like narration and voice behind it, but it was really quick, choppy kind of editing, and it was really the way that it was described didn't quite match well with the photo collage that they had. And there were these throughout the whole documentary. It is just an hour-long documentary. There's constantly these little fact lines, like fact bubbles, fact text that comes up. But they don't just stay there. They like move across the screen, almost like when you're watching the news, and they have the main story, and then they just sort of like smaller stories that go on that like a one sentence at a time. It's like that, but good luck reading those. You'll strain out your eyes before reading those. It's very blurry and very quick and very fast and very kind of jarring with what's going on with the images. And yeah, so don't bother if you do watch this. Don't bother reading those, and you can't really read them. It's kind of stupid that they're even there, really. But other than that, it has some beautiful old footage. It's got some, really interesting interviews, and I do like the narration of the old newspaper articles because you can tell it's again it's of its time. It's somebody from more recent time reading it, but it's just of its time. It's what was actually written then. So yeah, there's some very interesting things about this documentary. I think grading wise, I'd leave it off with a B minus. Maybe I'll give it a B minus because it is very informative after all. And for cheese grating, I don't think there's any cheese. It's not cheesy at all. It's straight fact. It's flat fact. So there's no cheese at all. So yeah, so that is my review for Titanic, the Mystery, and the Legacy, the Captain of the Titanic. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. Please come back for more.